start off our Pilates floor work lying on our back. We're going to start engaging our pelvic floor and just breathing through it. Just to let you know, we are recording, so if you didn't want to be recorded, you can shut off your camera. Yep, perfect. So just lying down, breathing through it, and engaging your pelvic floor, just lifting and lowering. All right, so what we want to start off with is our single leg fallouts. So we want to keep our pelvis nice and stable. We want to keep a little bit of the gap in the lower back, and we want to keep our pelvic floor engaged. So one leg is nice and stable, and the other leg is just falling out to the side and then being controlled back together. And then the other leg is coming out to the side and then being controlled back together. Keeping the stable leg that's not moving nice and strong, like you've got a wine glass on top and you don't want to lose any of the wine. Letting the other leg fall out and bringing it back together. All right, we want to do this another 8 times on each side. So letting that leg fall out, keeping nice, good control of the other leg, and then the other one coming out to the side and together. Number 2, out, nice and controlled and together, and the other leg and together. Number 3. Now the leg doesn't have to come out too far. If you stop contracting your pelvic floor, then you've gone too far. You want to keep it in a nice range where you keep your pelvic floor engaged. Number 4. Nice and controlled. And the other side. Number 5. And the other side. Number 6. And control that back. And the other leg. 2 more on each side. Number 7. Last one. And the other leg. And together. Now we want to take some nice deep breaths in through here. Let your pelvic floor relax. Breathing in and breathing out. And in and out. Okay, what we want to do next is we want to start our single leg tabletop. So we're going to bring one leg up into tabletop. Then we're going to control that down. And we're going to bring the other leg into tabletop. And control that down. Again, keeping your pelvis nice and stable, not too much movement. And the leg that's bent on the floor, nice and controlled. And then the other leg. And back down. And again, lifting that leg up. And lowering. And the other leg up. And back down. I'm going to do this another 7 times. And down. Float that leg up. And back down. Number 2. And control. And floating the other leg up. And control down. Number 3. And the other leg. Number 4. Number 5, float that leg up, control it down, and the other leg. Number 6, the other leg. And last one on each side, number 7. And down, taking a nice deep breath, relax your pelvic floor. Okay, what we're going to do now is we're going to do alternating legs of our double tabletop. So we're going to come up one leg, then come up the other leg, and then down the first leg and bring the second leg down. So it's one up, the other up, the first one down, the second one down. So we'll start off on our right leg. So float that leg up, keep nice and controlled, and bring the other leg up and control the first leg down and then the second one. And again, floating and then floating the other and then bringing that one down and the other leg. And again, floating that leg up, nice and controlled, bringing that one down and controlling down the other leg. This is our 4th one. Floating the other, lowering that down, and then lowering the other one. Number 5, float that leg up, and then the other one, nice and controlled down, and then the other leg. Number 6, and float, and down, and float down, sorry. And again, and keeping that control in both of your legs. And again. And last one on each side, float that leg up, then the other leg, and slowly lower them both down. Taking a nice deep breath here. Okay, now what we want to do is we're going to do our double tabletop again, but this time we're going to do 3 taps with one foot and then 3 taps with the other foot. So we're really engaging our lower abdominals and our deep pelvic floor, and we want to keep our pelvic floor nice and engaged. Okay, so we're going to float both of our legs up into double tabletop, and then we're going to tap, 2, 3, float, and then tap, 2, 3, float. And the first leg, tap, 2, 3, float, and the other leg, tap, 2, 3, float. And again, tap, 2, 3, float, tap, 2, 3, float. And again, tap, 2, 3, float, tap, 2, 3, float. We're gonna go to the next one, tap, 2, 3, float, tap, 2, 3, float. And 3 more times on each side, 2, 3, float, tap, 2, 3, float. 2 more, tap, 2, 3, float, tap, 2, 3, float. 1 more, tap, 2, 3, float, tap, 2, 3, float. And lower both legs down. Take a nice deep breath in through here, relaxing your pelvic floor once again. So now we're going to come up into our bridges. This is a great exercise for your glutes and your hamstrings. So we want to make sure that our feet are hip width apart, that our knees stay apart as well, so we have that gap in between our knees. You can put your hands either on your hips or on the floor. And we want to rock our pelvis back to start off with. So rock it back like you're trying to curl your tailbone under. And we're going to push up through our heels. And we're going to curl back down and relax. And we're going to do that again. Rock your pelvis back, push through your heels, and slowly roll back down. And again, rock back, push through your heels, and slowly roll back down. And again, rock back, pushing up, and slowly coming down. And again, rocking back, pushing up, and slowly coming down. We're going to do this another 4 times. Rocking back, pushing through your heels, and slowly coming down. 2, and rolling down. 3, and last one, rocking back, pushing through your heels, and slowly coming down. Okay, let's relax our pelvic floor through at this point. Take some nice deep breaths in and out. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to do our single leg circles. So if straightening your leg is too hard, you can keep your knee in a bent position, in the tabletop position. But otherwise, we'll try and keep our knees nice and straight, point your toe. We're going to draw a circle 3 times clockwise, and then we're going to bring that leg down. We're going to do the same on the other side. Straightening that knee, drawing a circle 3 times clockwise, and coming back down. Again, just watching your ankle, that you're not just moving at your ankle, you're moving at your hip. Draw the circle, and then coming back down. And the first leg, drawing a circle 3 times clockwise, and down. You want to keep your pelvis nice and stable, so don't let yourself rock side to side, and keep that little gap between your lower back and the floor. So we're going to do 1, 2, 3, down. And the other leg, 1, 2, 3, down. And again, 1, 2, 3, down. And the other leg, 1, 2, 3, down. You might find one leg is a little bit harder than the other. 2, 3, down. You just need a little bit more control of that side. 1, 2, 3, down. And again, 1, 2, 3, down. And the other leg, 1, 2, 3, down. Good. The first leg again, 1, 2, 3, down. And the other leg, 1, 2, 3, down. 3 more times on each side. 1, 2, 3, down. And the other leg, 1, 2, 3, down. 2 more on each side. 1, 2, 3, down. And the other leg, 1, 2, 3, down. Last time. 1, 2, 3, down. And the other leg, 1, 2, 3, and down. Good. Take a nice deep breath in through here. Relax your pelvic floor. Okay. We're going to come up into our dead bugs here. So Both knees is double tabletop. Hands directly in front of you. We're going to lower one arm and one leg at the same time and bring it back together. And the other arm and the other leg and together. I'm going to do this 8 times on each side and I'm going to count us to it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and last one, 8. And slowly lower your legs and your arms down, taking again some nice deep breaths through here. So now what I'm going to get everyone to do is turn onto your stomachs. So we're going to do some hamstring works through here. So you can pop your heads down on your arms. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring our foot up. So we're going to bend one leg up and we're going to focus on pointing our foot up to the ceiling. Then we're going to do a little pulse and bring our toes facing the wall. And then we're going to do another pulse, toes to the ceiling, and then bring that leg down. So it's going to go toes, heel, toes, down. And the other legs, toes, heel, toes, down. A little bit of coordination. So we're going to start with our right leg, toes, heels, toes, down. Toes, heels, toes, down. First leg, toes, heels, toes, down. Toes, heels, toes, down. And when you bring your leg back down, it should be nice and slow and controlled. Toes, heels, toes, down. Toes, heels, toes, down. Toes, heels, toes, down. Toes, heels, toes, down. 3 more on each side. Toes, heels, toes, down. Toes, heels, toes, down. Toes, heels, toes, down. Toes, heels, toes, down. One more time on each side. Toes, heels, toes, down. Toes, heels, toes, down. Great. Now get everyone to come into their child's pose. So sitting on your heels, bringing your knees out to the side and reaching forwards, taking nice deep breaths. All right, coming up into all fours, bringing your hands shoulder width apart, your knees hip width apart. We're going to come into our cat curls, cat cows. So we're going to curl our tailbone under, bring our head down, and we're going to come back up the opposite way. Stick your bottom out, bring your head up, and back down again. Curl under, and come back up again into our cow position. And curling that tailbone under, tucking in that head, and coming back up again. Now we want to get to the midpoint where we're in a nice neutral spine. Our head isn't too far forward. I'm pushing through our hands. We're going to come into our quadruped, bringing one leg and one arm up, and then controlling them back down together with nice control of your spine. Arm and leg out, and controlling them back together. And again, bringing the arm and opposite leg out and together, and the opposite arm and leg out and together. And again, arm and leg out, together, opposite arm and leg out and together. And again, reaching forward, bringing that leg back and together, and the opposite arm and leg and together. And the first arm and leg together, and the opposite arm and leg and together. We're going to do this one more time on each side. Opposite arm and leg together. That arm and leg and together. Perfect. All right, now what we're going to do is we're going to turn onto our backs and we're going to work through our pelvic floor exercises to finish the class off. Okay, so whichever way you're comfortable, you can have your knees up, you can have your legs relaxed down, you can be in your butterfly pose as well, whichever is more comfortable for you. So we are going to do our pelvic floor pyramid. So we're going to start off with 10 pelvic floor lifts and lowers at our max. So I'll count us in. So we want to lift and lower, 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 lift and lower. Okay. Taking in some nice deep breaths into your diaphragm here to help relax your pelvic floor. Okay. Now we're going to do our 5 brisk lifts and lowers. So the tempo is going to be lift, lower, lift, lower. So we're going to start. We're going to lift, lower, lift, lower, lift, lower, lift, lower, lift, lower. And completely relax. Again, nice, deep diaphragmatic breathing. Okay. What we're going to do next is we're going to lift and we're going to try and hold for 10 seconds. If you can't get to 10, that's okay. But that's what we're going to aim for. So we're going to lift and hold at our maximum. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and completely relax. Nice deep breathing. We're going to try that again. Another 10 seconds. So we're going to lift and hold. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and completely relax. Take a nice deep breath in again, nice diaphragmatic breath. Okay, so now we're going to do our 5 brisk contractions. So the lift, lower, lift, lower. So we're going to start. Lift, lower, lift, lower, lift, lower, lift, lower, lift, lower, and completely relax. All right, so we're going to finish off now with our 10 strong contractions. So we're going to lift and lower, 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 lift and lower. Now we're going to finish off, bringing your feet together, letting your knees fall out to the side in our butterfly pose, and just take some deep breaths to relax our pelvic floor after all of those exercises. All right, that brings us to the end of our Monday Floor and Core Pelvic Floor exercise class. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you next time.